Starman was meant to be on a 250 million mile, 400 kilometers, journey to Mars orbit, propelled by the main module, which separated from the Falcon Heavy shortly after launch. But in a slight hiccup, Musk admitted SpaceX overshot the Falcon Heavy's third booster burn, sending Starman further into the solar system than was originally planned. The new orbit will send the roadster on a journey into the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. In the middle of the car, on the center screen, are the words "Don't Panic," a reference to the book The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, about an accidental space traveler, Arthur Dent. Musk tweeted about the error after launch, writing, "Third burn successful. Exceeded Mars orbit, and kept going to the asteroid belt." Stunning video from yesterday's launch shows the twin boosters returning to Cape Canaveral in a synchronized landing. The massive rocket launched at 3:45 p.m. Eastern Time, carrying Elon Musk's cherry red Tesla Roadster on board. Just over 3 minutes into the launch, the side boosters detached from the rocket, and launch operators confirmed the rocket was on the right trajectory. After shedding from the core section of the rocket, the two reusable side boosters landed seamlessly back on Earth about 8 minutes into the launch. The third booster, which is the rocket's center stage, was supposed to detach from the rocket, cut back through the atmosphere, and land itself on an autonomous drone ship, dubbed of course "I Still Love You," that's stationed out in the Atlantic Ocean. The rocket appeared to have successfully jettisoned the core, but SpaceX's live stream cut out before it was able to show the center stage returning to the seafaring platform. but the firm is expecting it to touch back down to Earth as well. Meanwhile, the second stage is continuing its trajectory towards Mars, the SpaceX team said. It was an outstanding test flight of the Falcon Heavy. Everything that you could want in a test flight, we got here, the team said. A view inside the Roadster showed one last look at the dummy, dubbed Starman, behind the wheel on its journey to Mars. Displayed on the dashboard display, the firm has written, "Don't panic." And as promised, David Bowie's 1969 hit could be heard playing in the background. If all goes according to plan, the rocket will carry Elon Musk's 2008 cherry red Tesla Roadster, blasting David Bowie's hit Space Oddity, to an Earth-Mars orbit around the Sun. Upper stage restart nominal, apogee raised to 7,000 kilometers, Musk tweeted shortly after the launch. We'll spend 5 hours getting zapped in Van Allen belts, and then attempt final burn for Mars. Once beyond Earth's orbit, the main module will break apart, leaving the Roadster and its passenger, a mannequin Musk has named Starman, to travel alone on a 250 million-mile (400 meters kilometers) journey into deep space. Musk assured spectators that cameras on the vehicle will provide epic views as it travels to Mars. Most new rockets carry concrete or steel blocks on test flights to simulate the weight of a real payload, but Musk, who is also CEO of Tesla, has previously said that this method is extremely boring, adding that SpaceX decided to send Musk's car as it was something unusual, something that made us feel. If it doesn't explode into tiny pieces, it will carry Starman and Roadster over 400 million kilometers from Earth at 11 kilometers a second on a billion-year journey through deep space. Musk has also said David Bowie's 1969 hit Space Oddity would play in the vehicle during the launch. It has been hailed by industry experts as a game-changer because of its potential to propel the California-based company to the very forefront of the modern-day space race. Images released by SpaceX show an original roadster perched on a large cone inside the Falcon Heavy on what appears to be a secure mount to keep it stationary as the rocket makes its maiden flight. Test flights of new rockets usually contain mass simulators in the form of concrete or steel blocks. That seemed extremely boring, Musk said in December. Of course, anything boring is terrible, especially companies, so we decided to send something unusual, something that made us feel. The payload will be an original Tesla Roadster, playing Space Oddity, on a billion-year elliptic Mars orbit. The mission marks SpaceX's most ambitious project to date. Musk founded SpaceX in 2002, with the aim of reducing space transportation costs and enabling the colonization of Mars. In a Washington, D.C. speech last July, the Tesla founder said Falcon Heavy is one of the most difficult and technically complex projects SpaceX has ever undertaken. Guaranteed to be exciting one way or another, Musk originally posted.